What did that mean to you? How did you respond to that?
I mean, honestly, I just felt like it was just like an accomplishment, because I work every single day. Like being able to start, it's just some surreal feeling to be able to do this. I mean, even if I wasn't starting, I just want to help the team and be able to do what I can for the team.
Is it better to earn that the first time, or that you did well enough that you got to do it again?
I think it's different. Like be able to consistently be a starter. I think that's.
It took Devon a lot longer.
Yeah.
Some bragging rights going on there now.
Nah.
Have you heard from him at all? Have you talked to him since you starting? And what have you heard from him?
Yeah, I talk to him at least once a week. He just said, just keep going, man, because, you never know when this opportunity can last. So he said, I'm proud of me, and he's still going to keep working.
Would you say you are the biggest and the strongest of the Hamilton?
I think it's close. It's close.
This is kind of a silly question, but because you're playing on the inside where it is so important to be able to stop the run first, how do you go about what's more important for a defensive tackle? Maybe doing your job or being disruptive?
I think it's kind of both of them. Like being able to do your job, stay in your gap, because it takes 11 guys to know what they're doing. Because you need one person to be outside the gap, and that could be the difference between winning a game and losing a game. So I think it's better to be in your gap and be destructive in that gap.
When you're doing your job, that means sometimes you're not going to have a stat because the linebackers gobbled up all the tackles because you opened up holes for them to do so.
Yeah.
How do you gauge? I had a good day today, even if the box score doesn't say I did anything today.
Basically, like saying that I have a good game is having my teammates, like linebackers, have 10 plus tackles, something like that. That means I did my job, so they're allowed to get the tackles.
What's it like watching Tommy just shoot the gap and just come out of nowhere and bring the ball carrier down?
Man, there's nothing like it, man. He's playing as fast as ever been, man. Coming downhill and just watching him make plays is just so exciting to see, especially being on the field with him.
How much pride do you guys do the defensive tackles take in linebacker stats, basically? Those kinds of plays.
We like to say it's us, man. Like if it's his tackle, it's our tackle,
When you just another question about a year ago, when you talk about the difference in the team, obviously there is a camaraderie, there is a brotherhood investment that you all seem to have made. Just from a physical standpoint, up front defensively, how different do you all feel, and what do you see as the biggest difference physically? What you're doing now versus what you're doing a year ago?
I think us practicing way harder. It's been a motor since last year. We didn't, towards the end of the season, we kind of slowed down practicing. I think as we grow into later on in the season, then we're ramping up practices more, working out more, and I feel like it just goes into play how we're playing right now, just working more, practicing harder, because we really want to win this thing.
It's almost like using, obviously you've got a huge game next week, but it's almost like you're using Maryland as a metric of that speed. You know what I mean? Trying to ramp up, build up. It's almost like that's what you're saying, is that you want that to be the sign that you're ready, is that you play great in this game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely. We're not going to take them for granted at all, but definitely using them as someone that we want to dominate them. We want to show everybody in the world that we can hang with everybody else.